How's it going, everybody?
Going great.
Avery, Zach, you guys doing okay?
Yeah, yeah. I'm aces.
Aces. Well, look, just want to put it out there. Look, like we know it was a rough week for everybody, no matter what you believe. It was not an easy week with 9/11 and other stuff going on. So we're just gonna do our best to keep it super light tonight and just really, really talk some nerd comics and really try to just relax because it's been a ridiculously difficult week, I think, for a lot of people. Um, so we're just gonna chill. Uh, I have been really quick update on adult fantasy stuff. We're this close. We're this close to announcing a date for the show launch. Um, I'm working on a video that is uh, essentially like a hidden welcome video. Um, and I think I'm at the fun stuff now. Like I've got the shots, I've got the edits. Now I'm just kind of sweetening it up and adding all of the sound design stuff. I love doing sound design, by the way. Like sound design is so much fun. Um, have you guys ever tried to do like sound design work for any of your projects?
No, I have not.
Oh God, I learned a lot about it like back in the day at like Cartoon Network. One of the guy that was in charge of doing all the sound for all the Cartoon Network promos. I would just kind of watch him. Like I was, not really paying too much attention, but I was kind of seeing how he was doing it. And then I got really deep into electronic music in college. So I was really familiar with electronic sound and editing tools and Pro Tools and things like that. And what's so fun about making Foley music or like Foley tracks or like sound design for these shorts is that it's kind of almost a more is better approach where like if I need a sound for something, unless it's specific, but like especially like background sound, like for example, um, the very beginning of this episode for this welcome video that I'm working on, you go through this dimensional portal and you get dropped essentially in this alien port of entry for in Hyper Brooklyn. And so I needed the sound for this tunnel, this sort of like dimensional portal, and then you just kind of get dropped into this world. And so I'm playing with some tools that make sounds, and uh, what I started to do, what the at the end of the day, the biggest secret about sound design, the most fun stuff, is just stacking sounds and seeing what happens. So I just generated like four or five different sounds for this tunnel and just stack them and loop them and kind of offset them a little bit, and it sounds awesome. And then I'm like, cool. So I've got that, and then there's like this white flash of light before you drop in the world. So I create a bunch of sounds for that and stack them. So now I'm like 8 tracks deep of different sounds going through, and it just sounds so cool. Like it sounds so. It's like it's like an audio painting, right? You've got all of this collage of sound that your brain interprets as uh, a dimensional portal or whatever, right? I love this kind of stuff, and like this. The other thing that's really interesting is like this video has a robot in it, and it's sort of like your robot guide for the episode, and uh, I had an idea for his voice, and it was really high and kind of effeminate. And uh, while I was rendering some AI video, I came up with another voice option that was kind of deeper and kind of a little more menacing. And I liked both, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do. And of course, both the voices were human. They didn't have echo or anything robotic, so I was like, well, I'll add some echo or whatever. But I was like, you know what? I wonder what would happen if I just stacked both of them on top of each other, like two voices, like right, like the high kind of effeminate voice and the lower kind of masculine voice. Like, what would that sound like if I just had the robot talk like that? It sounds awesome. It sounds like a robotic, almost like it's like the deep part is the reverb sometimes, and then sometimes it's reversed. Like it just sounds really interesting. So It's pretty dope. I'm really excited by it. You know, I put way too much effort in this bullshit. like it's the dumbest thing. It's literally a welcome video that basically says check your email. And like I'm like, yeah, I just gotta have audio design and gotta make it perfect, you know. It's like, God, shut up. Just fucking get it done. But it's really, I mean, you guys saw it last night.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of it so far?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I've got some Easter eggs in there. Yeah, man, I will tell you though, I am like ready to fucking launch. I'm so ready to get this out there and just like it's such a like ridiculous, in my opinion, it's such a ridiculous approach to like digital marketing, like the email capture and then an onboarding video and then a confirmation email and then a nurture sequence. Like all these things are standard like in design digital marketing stuff, like designing systems for digital marketing. But for us to do it like, you know, the nurture sequence is a choose your own adventure, or if you don't click on the welcome email or the confirmation email, there's a sequence that'll like kick you out, like, and it kind of amps up some tension there. And then the welcome video that's like really all it's there to do is to tell you to check your fucking email, like all this stuff. And then we have like an XP system for the email. Like who the fuck has an XP system in their email sequences? Like that's pretty fucking cool. So I'm very tired because it's been a shit ton of work. And I'm praying to God. I haven't tested anything. We got to test it next week. So I pray that it'll all work. I'm pretty sure it will. But like, I'm ready for this thing to just get out, like out into the world. You know, I'm ready to like sit down and have a regular weekly schedule that is like, okay, Thursday nights we'll do lore games. You know, we'll have that tied to a membership at some point. You know, we'll do lore games on Thursday night. Lore games will be a review of all the stuff we're working on, of course, whether it's the RPG or the comics or the books. But really, the meat of lore games will be working on the episode, the next episode, right? Like working on story or reviewing script or looking at a first edit or something like that. You know, it's like the spoiler show. So I'm really looking forward to really just having like a set schedule, which is something that I've been kind of like really needing for honestly like a couple of years. Like I've been working on stuff and producing stuff, but and I keep to a schedule. Like I wake up and I work, but there's something about like, okay, I wake up and there's a script and I sit down and I work on the videos for the script, or I work on the comic for the script, and I, you know, at the end of the day I'm done and I continue on the next day, like almost like a day job. Like I miss having that feeling of a day job. Not that I want one, but I think doing the show and getting the show launched and ready and getting it to a point where we're delivering it on a regular basis is going to be so good for us, man. At least me. Like, you know, I'm very excited by it. So I think we'll be ready. We'll be ready to launch the show next, like not next week, but the week after. So third week, is that the third, whatever. The week after the next in September. So I guess that'd be week 4, I guess. Yeah. So, and I think we're right now the plan is to launch with 2 episodes. And yeah, I don't want to spoil everything, but like, man, I'm excited. And I think we're going to do a nice little push for it too. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, other than that, man, it's just been like trying to make sure that I have enough ideas, and you know, what I really want to do with you guys, like, and maybe next week after, is like lock down, like revisit our adult fantasy timeline. You know, like our Kanban Notion board stuff that we have, the Trello board stuff, and make sure like we need to pop in the episodes now that we have completed things. Like the book goes here, the episodes go here, origin comic goes here. Like keep track of the continuity. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Which I don't think. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I don't think it should be that hard to keep track of continuity because we've launched a bunch of stuff, but it's not like we're Marvel where you're like losing track of shit.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like Marvel and DC, when it comes to continuity, they haven't exactly been the best of it either. I mean, but it was easy. It's easy to keep track of continuity when it's only like 4 or 5 different books or projects. But when it's like 20 or 30, then it becomes a problem. I don't think we're quite there yet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the projects we've done so far, like the origin comic and the novel, all happened so far before the stuff we talked about in that timeline.
Yeah.
I mean that timeline stuff we were doing, that's all like in-game shit.
Yeah.
We're nowhere. I don't think we're anywhere there yet in telling stories. So far, everything we've talked about so far and stuff we have in works now, comic wise, and the novel, all happened way before any of that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, I think that's what's so cool is like bringing things up and out and around. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like in. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but like, I mean, but for you guys, like, in the book, there's, without being specific, there's an object that the primordial interacts with, right? I mean, we're talking about the object, right? And then I actually reference that. I know you guys, I don't think you guys have read it yet, but I actually bring that back in the onboarding email sequence a little bit.
Okay.
And then it gets lost for a minute. So it's kind of like placed now, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, whatever. Like it's the kind of thing. It's just open stories up. But
yeah, and we have so many introductory stories we still need to tell.
Oh yeah, dude. There's so many.
Like a lot.
I know, and that I really like very, 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 very soon we're going to be expanding quite a bit. It's just like, God, there's so much to do. It's a lot of fun, man. I'm very excited.
Novels to do.
Yeah, and we were talking about AI this week too, with like how you can use AI now to shortcut a lot of the story, like the story drafting process, not final art, but like setup and story and all that kind of good stuff. Like really getting
not just the art, the writing also.
Yep.
Yes, you can use ChatGPT, but there's actually specialized AIs now for writing fiction. I've been playing around with one of them, and it's obviously what it craps out is not really good for final drafts, but for an initial draft, and also just importantly for all the planning and character development and world building, it's invaluable. It cuts down the time at least by half. I mean, you can literally, if you plan it right and you program it right, you can literally have 3 or 4 separate drafts of separate novels done within the span of a couple weeks. Now, of course, after that, you have to go through them and actually edit them. But even so, we can use this to create fiction if we want. Short stories and so on and so forth.
Yep.
What's up?
Hey, Andrew.
How's it going, guys?
Great. Oh, by the way, before we begin, I actually got some stuff to share with you guys today. So let me know when I can.
Did you say before we begin? He's been going live for 15 minutes now.
I know, but we've been talking about it. We've been talking about stuff, and I want to show all the stuff I bought. All right, it's. I mean, I bought it literally. Well, I bought it because I wanted to read it, but I also bought it because I wanted to show it off.
Todd, it's your
Yeah.
show. You want to give
Yeah,
Zach
whatever.
the floor?
Huh?
You want to give Zach the floor?
I mean, sure.
All right.
Oh my gosh, he's showing his face. Run!
Oh my God, what's happening?
Just yes, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. All the weird stuff is hidden out over here somewhere. All right. Okay.
Anybody
so,
else see that gimp mask in the background?
what the heck? Hold on. How do I get the get them to show the camera?
You mean you want to just highlight your camera?
Yes, my camera, because I'm still
And you don't have
stuff
to.
on camera.
You don't have
Well,
to
then
share
I don't need to
anything
share your
then.
screen. Yeah, I just
Todd can just highlight your screen.
Oh, perfect.
there.
Okay.
You are perfect.
Thanks. So, there's a town near me called DeLand, and in this place called DeLand, there's this place called Clips Books. I think I mentioned it before. If you grew up in the '90s, it's basically, or you like that's like any of that culture. It's a giant wonderland, and they have a massive collection of like Savage Swords of Conan. I just finished reading this one here. It's Roy Thomas. It was entertaining. A little bit old, but I got another one starring Red Sonja. And,
I love Red Sonja.
Nice, nice.
I
Yeah.
love Red Sonja.
yeah. I mean, the
Hey,
problem is,
Richard.
is that was that the what what they gave rid of who was it, Gail Simone. It didn't really work. I mean, I don't think she really got the character, even though she wrote her for years. And they actually just made a Red Sonja movie, but apparently it wasn't very good. It was anyway, another Savage Sword. What can I say, guys?
That's awesome.
I like Conan. All right, I'm not a big superhero guy, but with Conan the Barbarian, I know where I stand.
Yeah. I've got
Hey, what's up,
tons
Richard?
Of,
What's up, MK?
I've got tons of Conan comics, dude. The art in them is so good.
Yeah, and this one here is one of the new ones. They Titan Comics put it back out again. Haven't read it yet. In fact, I'm going to actually open up one of these so we can admire the old school art. And Todd, how you were always talking about how you miss comic books that were printed on like old school newsprint, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I love it.
No?
I know. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, and the thing is though, this one here, this Throw Hawks Over Shem, they probably couldn't make it today because it was kind of racist.
Racist.
Well, there were the way they portrayed some of the black characters. It'd be problematic today. You'd have protests.
Oh, okay. Richard
But-
says, I loved both Red Sonja and Conan back in the day, especially when Barry Windsor Smith was doing inks. Oh
Yeah.
man, dude, Barry, that guy. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who drew this.
Yeah, he grew a lot when he was. He
Yep,
went
yeah,
from
yeah,
being
no,
sort of
that-
like they pushed him to be sort of a Jack Kirby,
yeah, his early stuff was
knockoff.
very Jack Kirby.
Well,
and then but on Conan he really grew into his own thing.
actually, no. This one here is John Buscema. And
Yeah,
I'll-
really?
John Buscema did a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh, Alfred. Yeah. Yep.
it's amazing. These old newsprints, they actually hold up pretty well if you take care of them.
Yep.
And I'll check the new one in a sec. See how it compares. And I haven't actually. Well, actually, first off, I'm going to open up this one because this one, according to this, is in Marvel in full color. So let's see how she looks. I haven't read this yet. So oh, not bad, not bad at all. Take a look. That old school two tone. What is that? 3-tone, 2-tone?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Trials of the Bloodstained God. Artist. Yep. No, this one's also John Buscema, Tony DeZuniga, and Howard Chaykin actually.
Richard says his Man Thing was great, and his Frankenstein was and is the absolute bomb. Yeah, dude. Oh.
Yeah, no sign.
And it's kind of crazy how like there's some artists that just peak in like their early 20s and just like they'll be drawing in their 20s, but I swear to God, the art looks like it was done by someone who was like a veteran for like 30 years. Like Jim Lee was like that. Like by the time Jim Lee got to X-Men, he looked like he had been drawing for 25 years. You know, like he just knew how to do anatomy in every pose. And you're like, what the hell?
I mean, look, I like Jim Lee because he knew, every female character he drew was a babe, and when you're a young man trying to get out in the world, that's what you want.
Yeah.
So
hey Doc,
this is a new one. Hey Doc.
Sup, my G's.
It's drawn by. I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm sure you can probably. It's a bunch of drawers. Anyway. Yeah, I mean,
Richard says Jim Lee was rode hard and hung up wet.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is the art from the new one, and you can tell they're pretty much following the template set by the old one. I mean, although it is a black and white comic.
Yeah. That looks pretty good.
So yeah, well, you can't. I'm not sure how original you can be with that. Yeah. So if you're ever in DeLand, Florida, visit Cliff's Books. If it's open, it's an awesome place.
Nice.
And I like I said, I also went to last week. I went to Daytona Comic Con in DeLand. It sounds bigger than it is. Basically, it's like it's the old fairgrounds, and there's like a couple of buildings, and basically it's like a warehouse, and there were a bunch of tables where you could buy comics.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping to see Andrew there, but he couldn't make it. I wept. No, I mean I got some good stuff actually. Not sure what this is called. The One. I have no idea what it is.
Oh, that looks cool.
But I bought it for the art because the art is actually really good. At least I thought so.
That is really good.
Yeah.
That's like deep fantasy, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, this is gonna sound strange, but I'm not a big superhero fan. I mean, I enjoy superhero comics when occasionally, but they just never did it for me. It was just. It just didn't work. I mean, I always felt superheroes were really something you enjoyed when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And as I got older, look. I like Superman.
For me, it was always I can speak for Andrew and Avery too. Like for me, it was the art. Like I probably read less. Actually, I mean, there are definitely runs that I read, but I read less and like looked at the art more. So like.
Yeah, so this one was done by Pasquale Qualano, so some Italian. But so this is very European. I like that art, but no, I mean, I liked in the '90s. I liked stuff by Jim Lee. I like Jim Lee's art. I mean, I read Gen 13 because I liked the art, and honestly, I thought Caitlin Fairchild was like one of the best comic book babes ever written. But superhero comics as a genre, it was always hit or miss for me. I always preferred fantasy because, it's just. This is gonna sound strange, but it felt like more of a story to me. Whereas
do you want me to share your screen?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I mean, so if you can blow me up, that'd be great.
Yeah, there you
go. So this one here, this is like a very very European style. I find. I've seen this style before with like European comics, kind of like very exaggerated. Yeah, you don't really see that anymore. And now this one here is actually from a studio called Silverline.
Richard says The One, wasn't that a sci-fi movie? Statham was in it.
Yeah, but this is
I think it's different.
This is different. Yeah, I don't think Statham ever did a fantasy movie, or if he did, he probably didn't really do it. So yeah, this one here it's called Cray. So Conan ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really read it yet, but I like the art. And I like fantasy. I like fantasy stories. But this is interesting because this is an independent studio. They were actually there at the con. The guy was one of the not this artist, but one of the other artists was he was drawing there, and I got to speaking with him. And these guys, you've heard about the whole mess with like Diamond, right? That whole big that whole mess, and it's still. Well, these are one of the indies that got fucked over by those guys. I mean, they were talking about like they had something like I don't know $10,000 that was still like I don't know how much money that was still owed to them. Comics that they shipped that they never got back.
Mm-hmm.
These guys they can't ship anymore because there's no one's really calling on to replace Diamond right now. So they've got these great comics but unfortunately they can't find anyone to ship it.
Right.
So they were at cons just selling them for like $5 a pop. I wish I had more. I would have bought more, but I was on a budget. And this I got because I thought it looked cool. Air Warrior. I have no idea what it is, but I looked it up. Apparently, it's got dragons in it. So let's take a look. Takes me back. All right. So yeah. So yeah, Air Warrior. Can't go wrong with you can't go wrong with a half-naked lady on the cover, given that it is what it is. Oh, it's a black and white.
What's the book called?
Air Warriors. Oh, it's from 1994. Art and
I've heard of it.
Yeah, art and lettering by Derek Gray. Is it any good? Anyway, there's the art. I think I might have struck out on this one. Yeah. Oh well, we'll see. And finally, this is kind of an impulse buy. Batman Hush.
Nice.
Jim Lee.
Is that the small?
Yeah,
book?
the small. Yeah,
Digest graphic novels. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's I like the art. I like Jim Lee's style. All right. Yes, I know it's kind of, I like the way it looks. Anyway, that's all I got.
No, it's awesome.
I like the way he draws. It just it pops me.
I've bought Hush twice. I have the unwrapped version, which is just the pencils, and I have the Noir version, which is just the inks.
Well, I got
just in black and white.
I got the DC compact version, and what I'm going to be doing this weekend is just reading all this stuff. Because I've got a backlog about all this and a few other things that I haven't got around to actually reading yet. But yeah, I mean, look, I like Batman. I mean, who doesn't like Batman? Anyway, but the thing is, I like superhero. I mean, look, superhero comics. I like some of it. I mean, I generally speaking, I don't. But the guy who created The Boys, Garth whatever. What's his face?
Garth Ellis?
No.
No, it's great. No, with The Boys.
Yeah, the original writer for it, the guy who actually created it. The Boys.
Pretty sure it's Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. I think I said it before, but he is biased against superheroes, and I kind of get the feeling behind it, because no offense, guys, I know you're all comic book fans, but I just find it finds it to be an incredibly limiting force on American comics, because it takes up so much space creatively that it's hard to tell other kinds of stories. And also the fact that with American comics, the stories never really end, because
it's what people want, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's not what I want.
It's what they want.
Yeah, I know, but it's not what I want. So
That's why I always like the anti-heroes. Even my background is Shade the Changing Man. He's not a superhero. No, the Max, not a superhero. Madman, not a superhero.
all those old Top Cow stories. Yeah, they were awesome. But yeah, I mean, so that's why I always like whenever I can, if I see a really good fantasy comic, fantasy graphic novel, I take it because it's there. Anyway, I'm going. Anyway, that's it. I'm going. Thank you. I'm going offline. Yes. So that's what I got.
Wait, MK says, "LOL, YouTube removed my comment."
Oh well.
Well, stop
Okay.
putting dirty things in our comment feed, MK. Come on now.
So speaking of
What'd
Jim Lee,
you say?
speaking of
Yes,
Jim
he
Lee
was.
and Batman, there was some recent news that came out that something I think is what I would consider unprecedented in comics
Okay.
is the fact that the Hush 2 storyline,
Yeah.
one of the latest issues is getting delayed by 5 months from its initial solicitation.
Why?
Because Jim Lee is running slow.
Jesus.
It's one of the reasons why the new Batman that they released last week came out early, is it was supposed to be the follow-up to Jim Lee's Hush, but they knew it was happening. It was going to be coming so slow.
So they released. Wait, they released the post before they posted. They
Why
released
don't
a
you let me
post.
finish telling the story, and then you'll
Fine.
know everything.
Well,
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you just glance over an article and you start talking about something and you sound like really silly because you're missing some of the main points, like the fact that from what I understand, the artist that was kicked out of Dragon Con was a female, and you guys kept referring to it as a guy. I'm pretty sure it was a girl.
There's a guy. There's footage of the guy being a
Are
guy.
you sure?
He's a
'Cause
male.
I've seen pictures of the girl.
Mm-mm. There was
Okay.
a report that there was like another person there was the one that I saw. There were two people. There was a Disney artist who was male. He was secondary that they were trying to throw out, but there's video footage of the guy that they threw out.
Okay.
But the deal is the booth. What you're thinking of is the booth was owned by a female, but she couldn't make
because
it.
I saw her pictures.
She couldn't
Her
make
holding
it.
up the art, so I thought
Yeah,
that was the artist. So
she couldn't make it, so her boyfriend or partner had the booth, so he got thrown out.
all right,
so
we're not going to go revisit that story.
It's so stupid.
I don't know if you read the comments that I made on the video as I was watching it.
MK said, "What? This is why he got kicked. His comment got deleted." LOL. I literally described the one storyline. I think it didn't like the word given recent news. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so in the regular Batman title, the flagship, what we would say, Batman title from DC, they
Yeah.
began a storyline, Hush 2, with Jim Lee doing the art. Well, one of the issues that just came out was like 6 weeks late. It was behind, and now they've announced that of the next 2 issues, one's not coming out till January, and the second's not coming out till February. And they were originally solicited for this month and next month. So that second issue will be over 5 months late. Okay. So what I understand is that the new Batman series that they just started was supposed to happen when Hush 2 wrapped up. So it was supposed to be Hush 2, new Batman series. Well, they've launched the new Batman series, and by the time that second issue of Hush 2 comes out, that second of the 2 that have yet to come out, the new Batman series will have 5 issues already out, or 6
Jeez.
issues out. So this is DC. But here's the thing. This is the main Batman title. It's being delayed months. That doesn't happen. Batman, Superman, Detective Comics, they come out every month.
Right.
No longer.
There's not going to be any fill-in issues?
I was when I heard the news, I was like, wait a minute, that can't be right. No, there are no fill-in issues. They're not doing a fill-in issue. So I grabbed the last DC, DC Direct, which is the catalog for the month, and I was flipping through it, and it showed issue 2 of this new Batman series, and I went back and I said, wait a minute, there was no Batman title for that month. The
Wow.
Jim Lee Batman was not even solicited for that month, next month. So they're literally putting the mainstream flagship title on hold.
He turned.
Jim
He
Lee.
turned. So what you're telling me is he turned Batman into Image Comics. He turned it into Wildcats.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the company, because there was a time, and you guys will know this, back in the 90s, if there would be a break in a storyline with like a fill-in issue, and it happened from time to time because somebody got delayed, something happened. I mean, life happens to these creators. They're real people, right? But they would always have a fill-in issue ready to go. That way there was still a monthly book that came out every month.
Yeah.
This is probably
Richard says, "Good night, my friends." Sorry to interrupt. Good night,
No
my
problem.
friends. This old fart's running out of steam. Have many a blessed day. Night,
Good
Richard.
night, Richard.
Be
And
good,
by the way,
Richard.
the Tick was the best superhero, and Spoon to you, my friend. Spoon.
Boom.
But this is almost unprecedented
Yeah.
for the mainstream comic book company to delay one of their flagship titles, and to this extent, because I mean, fill-in artists and fill-in issues happened all the time. It was a regular thing. You guys could remember Jim Lee issues, and all of a sudden there was a Terry Shoemaker issue in there. It's like the frickin' fricker, you know. It was because it was running late, and they filled it in with a filler. They're not. In the next 5 months, there will be 2 issues of Batman.
I mean, honestly, it's probably for the best. I have heard, and you actually know more about it than I do. I saw the Batman. I saw Jim Lee's inks. Well, I saw Scott Williams inks on Jim Lee. I saw the pages,
Right.
and they looked phenomenal. The story I've heard is like average, I guess. But you know, at this point, what they're doing is they're basically just like stacking retirement funds. Like every single page, they're like, okay, we know. I mean, it's all about, not that I'm not even saying it's bad that it's all about the money, but it's like Jim Lee knows exactly what sells. Scott Williams knows exactly what's going to sell. So they know that Hush 1 was a monster book. And so they're like, okay, let's get our retirement money in. Let's get our second, third, fourth home, whatever we want to do. Like, so they know every page is going to have that anchor panel and that badass shot. And Scott Williams' pages look sick as hell. So, like, you know, it's purely for the collectors. It has the art collectors. It's not really about the comics for those guys at all at this point.
Sad but true.
That's why he's taking a long time, because he knows each one of those pages is going to sell for like anywhere from 50 to 100K.
Thousands and thousands and thousands.
Tens of thousands.
So here's a question I have to ask you then. If the covers are really the only thing that sell and no one really cares about what's inside, then why have a book at all? Why not just sell a cardboard panel with a cover with a cover art on it, or a booklet with like cover with pages that are just cover art?
Because collectors that collect original art want published art. They don't just want a pretty page. If it's a pretty page that was published, that's worth more. That's what they're paying for, is published art.
Because I remember with the old Dynamite back in the day, they did a bunch of stuff for John Carter, like the old Edgar Rice Burroughs Barsoom novels, the Mars novels, like Dejah John Carter of Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And the covers were always exquisite, but the internal art was always just kind of meh. It wasn't very good. But I bought them for the stories because I like the stories, and the stories were good. But it's like, this art is shit. Why couldn't don't tease me. If the covers are like that, then make the art like that. But no, it was just very basic.
No, the Marvel and DC regrettably have become cover farms, where all they're doing is publishing covers. That's it. That's all people are buying it for, is the covers. They want to take the covers, they want to slab them, and they want to make money off them, sell them for a higher value. But it's all because the cover is pretty or the cover is limited. And there's lots of companies out there that do. I don't know if you've ever gotten one of those independent books where it's like got a half naked babe on the cover. And then when you flip it over in the back, it shows all the different variants. It's the same exact image. Just this one has no bra. This one has no bra and panties. This one has both bras and panties. This one, it's a close-up view of the same exact image. And there's like 20 different covers, and that's all it is. It's all about selling the cover. Who cares what's on the inside?
I have bras and panties tonight.
You do? Well, I'm going commando right now, so. But that's it. It's their cover farms, where all they're trying to do is sell you a cover. Period. If you're the one that bought it to read the comic, that's your own damn fault.
Well, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I just kind of stopped reading superhero comics and look for alternative media, because
What are you talking about superhero comics? It's all comics nowadays. Sci-fi, everything. It's all the same thing. They're selling you a cover. They're not selling you interiors. Period. If you buy a Vampirella or you buy a Red Sonja comic, it's not for the story. It's not for the art. It's not. It's about the cover.
MK says, sounds like Friday indeed. I think that's to the panties comment there, Doc.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look. I guess no wonder manga is like they're losing their lunch.
Manga's about panties too, but they just have a story wrapped around panties.
Yeah.
It's a panty story.
Yeah, MK, you only live once, buddy.
Yeah, it really does bother me sometimes that the sexual pathologies of Japan are becoming part of America's sexual pathologies when we have enough crap of our own in that regard to deal with.
Hey man, vote for tentacle porn.
Botanical porn.
Botanical tentacle, not botanical.
Oh,
That's poison ivy.
Botanical. Wait.
Check out these fall mums.
Wait.
What?
We need to pull the thread on botanical porn because I just had like an image of like Mothra doing some really weird shit. So.
Oh yeah. I mean,
botanical porn.
My wife hates me for that, man, because I don't hear things right. I'll be like, what?
It's great, dude. I'm writing that down. That's gonna become canon somewhere.
All right,
that sounds like some weird shit Poison Ivy gets up to with those vines. Botanical porn.
The funny thing is that whenever I go to a con, like one of the big ones where there's a lot of cosplayers, like Poison Ivy is always really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can be more scantily clad, creatively.
Yeah. Creatively, yeah. That's what we're looking at.
Creatively naked.
Drew's. I got your consignment Vampirella costume ready for you, by the way, for your next con.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I gonna get paid for that?
I don't know. They might pay you not to wear it.
I'll donate to that fund.
I love you, buddy. Oh man, I saw. This has nothing to do with anything, but it's Halloween. Everyone's got their freaking Halloween stuff.
I hate it, dude.
It's so stupid.
I'm just gonna interrupt you 1 second, Doc.
Yeah.
Just to say, like, this is my all-time favorite time of year. So, like, September to like February is this is my time of year. I'm happier. I'm smiling more. I like being cold. I like being in dark places. Like, this is my time of year. With that said, September to December is also, I have a love-hate with it because I love it. It's my, again, favorite time of year. But I swear to God, the minute it turns September, it's January 1st. The minute September it's the end of the year. It always feels like there's a speed that just kicks in. It's already the middle of September.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But I was just thinking about costumes and IP and stuff like that. Anyway, so my buddy on Facebook.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you got to be packing that dong. That's like they asked this dude at the last Kansas City con. He had a good full body spider suit on, but this motherfucker, he was not doing anything. There was no tuck happening. And this dude, I mean, you could not help but notice, had an incredibly huge schlong, and they did ask him to leave or go get dressed or something. I mean, like, I'm talking like it's like a 1 pound tube of hamburger at the at the grocery store.
Do you, like, if you have that, if that's you and you're Spider-Man and you have that going on, do you just fuck with them and say, well, ask them and say like, well, why? And like,
Yeah,
try
haven't
to
you
force-
haven't
try
you
to
heard about
force
the new
them
web
to
shooters?
explain. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anyway, my buddy, I hate that everyone's got Halloween shit out already. We've got an inflatable Boba Fett, but my buddy I used to work with on cruise ships on Facebook, he's got a Slimer, and he's got an Ecto-1 and a 30-foot inflatable Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that
Holy
goes over
shit.
his house, dude. And I was like, I'll let you put that up. That's fine. That's cool.
That's a win.
What do you have to, like? I mean, you know, those little fans of those blow up. What do you got to blow that up with? A bouncy house blower? Gotta be, man.
That's fucking
What
awesome.
What happens if it's windy? That's nightmare inducing, man. Potentially. Ghostbusters is actually a scary movie, which I never realized until I showed it to my daughter way too before she was ready for it.
Yeah, it's great.
I know. We want to show them Ghostbusters and
Gremlins? Gremlins is
Gremlins,
evil.
but it's like it's too much. Like we're still debating Neverending Story because the unicorn dies,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so
Oh, the
I mean,
horse.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Labyrinth. You can't go wrong with Labyrinth. Well, actually, yes, maybe.
They
That's
watched
actually
Labyrinth.
spooky as hell too.
They watched
yeah.
Labyrinth. They didn't like it so much. I don't think they got it because they're like young, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're actually watching Harry Potter 2 right now. So
Plus, you know, let's be honest. When you're watching that, when you rewatch that now, you really do realize that Bowie was obviously on a lot of cocaine.
really, you think?
He looked like it, or it might have been that he, you know, it's Bowie. You never can tell.
Labyrinth is more like Grimm's fairy tales kind of stuff rather than
Yeah.
Porsies and Sparkles and things like that. Man, you should hear, and I wish I could recall some off the top of my head. The Russian fairy tales, man. Like everybody
Oh, they're fucking
dies.
scary, bro.
Dude, it's like
Oh, yeah.
everybody dies. They're all basically like life is impossible and you will fail at some point. Like that's the moral of every
Yeah.
story. Like they have Father Frost, but his granddaughter that's like Santa Claus, right? But his granddaughter is made of ice and she always melts at the end of the winter season, you know. It's just like
Yeah.
see you later.
Yeah, and the story of the Baba Yaga. Most people only know that term from John Wick, which has nothing to
Oh
do
yeah.
with
Yeah.
what.
Yeah,
what
Baba
they-
Yaga's crazy too.
Oh, yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
Chicken Foot House and all that kind of.
Yeah, it's
I learned
wild.
about the
Crazy,
Baba Yaga from Hellboy. So
Yeah, that's what introduced me to it too. And then I looked into it more. Like, you know that band Little Big?
oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. There's like one of their. I think it's their cover of that NSYNC song "Everybody" or something, or Backstreet Boy, whoever did that song. There's like this little chicken leg house, and I'm like, oh shit. Like
Yeah.
like Westerners aren't gonna understand that.
yeah,
Yeah, they don't. Russia's got some awesome folktale though, and they have
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sick animation as well. And then like the story of Ilya Mormons is a really good like super Russian folktale. He was like the fighter that was never whatever. But then they wrap a lot of fantasy stuff around it sometimes. It's like some pretty cool stuff, but it's all dark and twisty.
yeah.
Like, you know, someone's gonna die, melt.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Slavic
starve.
folktales are hardcore,
Yeah.
dude.
Man, it's a
Oh,
hard
yeah,
life out
or-
there.
Norwegian, German, like they're all pretty dark.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
or
where a
like
lot
the
of- again,
Icelandic.
That's where, like, a lot of that Hellboy stuff came from. Is like it's all fairy tales and I mean he started off with like Cthulhu and stuff, but it's like
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
fairy
yeah,
tales-
yeah. Oh, dude, Hellboy is a mix of everything from every culture.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he
cool.
throws it all in there.
Yeah. I mean,
There-
what it's really smart. Like, I think the reason he's gotten so good at like his stories and like building the world that he has is like I don't remember what I forgot. I think it was the documentary about him. It's good. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. But like his library in his studio, his little home office or whatever, like it's like this, but it's not comics. It's all like he's like rare book finder for ancient folklore and dark tales. So he's got like a lot of rare books on like, I mean, he's got all the H.G. Wells and all that kind of crazy shit too. But like all of the the Romanian short stories about the kids going into the forest, like all the ancient tales, that kind of stuff. That's a lot of it is really hard to find. So when he needs a Hellboy story, he just reads one of his stories on the shelf and just like adapts it, basically puts Hellboy in there. Saying, hey, what's that? And like, calm down, you, as he smacks a demon, and like there's your Hellboy story.
Right.
It's really just a vehicle for his artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
dude. Hellboy just takes from the folklore of every major culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
I still need to watch that that newer movie that they did.
I liked it. It's sort of a basic horror movie.
Yeah.
But with Hellboy in it.
Right. I get that.
I heard it was really good.
I loved it. It's the most like Hellboy. And actually, it's fairly close to the comic they adapted it from.
Oh, MK says that and Lost Girl. I'm just saying it, so I don't know what that was, but Lost Girl was a good. Well, that was a book, right?
It was a TV show, I think.
TV show.
Yeah.
Never watched that.
It was a Canadian TV show, actually. But they showed it on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh man, there was a good.
Oh, Baba Yaga.
Is it that show with that girl? They didn't get to finish it properly. She's like, she's like Fae or something.
Yeah, half Fae.
Gotcha.
If you're into lesbian fan service, that's the show for you.
Let's go. Let's watch it.
Yeah, I don't think they actually they didn't get to finish that show properly. I don't think.
Yeah, that happens a lot with a lot of sci-fi shows.
Yeah, I think that happened to that Van Helsing show too. Like the main actress got pregnant, and they didn't want to wait, so they shifted characters, and they ruined the show, and then they brought her back at the end, and I haven't seen the end.
I don't know, MK. It might make you a bad person. Yet to be seen. But yeah, I know. I haven't seen. I'm missing so many shows, man. I haven't.
I did watch Lost Girl, but I kind of remember it didn't get a proper ending. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
maybe I just fell off and missed the last of it.
I haven't watched the Sci-Fi Channel in years. I mean, I think the last
They
show.
used to have great shit.
Yeah, I think the last show I watched that I really cared about was The Magicians.
That was a good one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a little too depressing for me. I mean, it was very, very. It was Harry Potter meets hipster, and it just got a little too morose.
Yeah, that's all right though. I'll tell you a show that they canceled that they never should have, and that was a Carl Urban show called shit. I just looked it up too. I already forgot it. Almost Human, where he's got the android sidekick. That show was kick ass.
That show was awesome. Yeah.
So it was hilarious too. Like my wife and I would like bust out laughing. Like, and they just.
Well, another show that was good that they never really canceled was the Harry Dresden show that they did on Sci-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, the Dresden Files, it's a book series. Basically, it's about a detective in Chicago who's also a wizard, and it's like pretty much every myth exists. Vampires, werewolves, whatever. And he's a wizard, and think of it as again like Harry Potter, but older and grittier, and with more automatic weapons firing.
Oh, MK says Dresden Files, best book series ever.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't think he ever finished. Yeah, he's supposed to be finishing it up, but no, I don't think he's ever got around to it. There's like 15 books in it though, so that might be the problem. I mean, one of the problems with a lot of fantasy series, especially ones that are kind of epic, is that they can get bloated very quickly because, that's what happened with Wheel of Time, because they ended up having having about like 16 or 17 books in it. Yeah, I know it's still going, but you got to keep the money running, and if you got a hit series that people are going to read,
If it's good, it's good. You know.
yeah, you want to milk that cow as long as the udders are producing.
I mean, I know the name Dresden Files. Has that been turned into a show or anything?
It was turned into a show starring but it was turned into a show on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Mm.
It lasted one season and then it just got canceled. It basically, do you remember that show True Blood?
Yeah.
It was on HBO. It was similar, but it was similar like that, but not as romancy or porny.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it came out a few years too early. I think if they put it out maybe 5 or 6 years later, people would have gotten it.
I actually liked the first few seasons of True Blood when it was like a white trash Dark Shadows. I liked it.
Yeah.
Like it was total white trash Jerry Springer Trailer Park Dark Shadows. I'm like, I'm for it.
Yeah.
Then it got the last several seasons it got very meh.
I don't think I ever watched the end of it.
MK
Tell you what,
says
good.
it was a mess show back in the early 2000s. Didn't follow good enough. Could be done now though, and as dark as needs to be, and not be panned.
Well, you never know. Look, Amazon did a live action version of the Wheel of Time, which is probably one of the best fantasy series ever written, and it was total garbage.
No, the third season, and I haven't finished it because they canceled it. The third season actually is good.
I don't give a shit. I watched the first 5 minutes of the first episode and I said nope.
Third season actually got good. It's like I suffered through season 1, season 2, a little better. Season 3,
look,
I don't care. They dug up Robert Jordan's corpse, chopped off the top of his skull, and used the inside as a piss pot. That's how I see it. So
okay, on that topic, question for everybody.
Sorry,
Is
Doc,
there a TV series out there where you watched the first episode and said, nope, that's it, I'm not doing this, and walked away?
Wheel of Time.
Anybody
in
else?
general, oh man, I'd have to think about it. I'm sure there's something out there.
I have one that springs to mind.
Yeah, what's yours, Andrew?
The Titans TV series.
Oh yeah,
I watched.
As soon as they brought out the girl playing Starfire, I went, nope, can't do it.
Yeah, well, that was ridiculous.
I never even bothered to try to watch the first episode of that.
I tried. I watched the first episode, or I watched most of it, and I just said, that's it, I can't do it.
I watched it. It was okay.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Bruce Wayne was a fucking dick in that show. I'll say that much. The guy that Ian, he played in Game of Thrones, right? He was the one that's all horny for the older guy, the English guy. Can't think of his name. He was Bruce Wayne though. And Bruce Wayne was a cocksucker in that show, man. Like he was a dick, man.
For me, a show that would have done that would have been Superman, Superman and Lois, the one they did on that they did on the CW. It was kind of a spin-off of Supergirl. I tried to watch that.
Oh yeah.
It was a
that show was great. The wife and I watched the whole first season, and we started the second season. We didn't go back, but we were enjoying it thoroughly.
Wait, which show?
I don't know. I mean, I wanted to like
and Lois.
Yeah, I wanted to like it, but it just didn't scratch the itch.
Yeah, I did ever watch it. Did they do a Crisis arc?
Yeah, because I remember at the time the CW had a whole bunch of DC shows on it.
I think I watched some of it then, which was cool. I mean, it was comic booky, and that's.
Yeah, I know.
Was Superman and Lois a CW show, or was that an HBO show?
No, it was
CW.
HBO.
CW.
Okay, well, I've only ever watched it on HBO
Yeah.
Max. So
Oh,
They
yeah,
had,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
they had Supergirl, then they had the Flash,
Green Arrow.
Supergirl, then Green Arrow,
Some
and
other
what was
characters.
the other one? Legends of Tomorrow,
Yep.
which
Uh,
I couldn't watch.
Black
because-
Lightning.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Black Lightning.
Yeah.
And it's Superman and Lois, and they had a whole bunch of crossovers, but I think they got out of that. I don't even know if the CW's even still around.
Not sure, but that Crisis arc they did was good. Like I watched it, and
good. Yeah, and MK also says they even paid homage to the original Flash.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I do remember that now. That's cool, man. I did watch the Superman movie the other day.
How was it? Did you like it?
They should have made it a PG movie. The only reason it's PG-13, I mean, they just had to throw in like a lot of like shit, son of a bitch. I think at one point, some character called another character a bitch. Like a main character, right? Is like you're gonna die, bitch kind of thing. And, it was okay. There's some stuff that I see where they were trying to do, but they could have made it PG and it could have been, I think, a little more fun because you got like Crypto the dog and there's some comedy there.
Crypto was awesome.
But then they mixed it with a little bit of like there's just some stuff there. But yeah, was it good? Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well,
Sure.
consider two things. First, when I watched it, it felt very much, it felt like that James Gunn. Well, first off, he had a pretty low bar to clear because let's be honest, the Snyderverse, it was a little too dark, and
I liked him.
I liked it too. But it just felt like it felt like he was pulling very much from the dark age of comics in the 90s.
Mhm.
And the one that James Gunn did, it felt much more like a Bronze Age, like a story from the 70s. It felt like.
I think it felt like more like the 80s. But what I liked about this is that one, they acknowledged the existence of like more metahumans. They always have to because of like copyright or who owns whatever. They can't always be like, oh, there's only one of us here. So they acknowledge that, and they also acknowledge stuff like extraplanetary, intergalactic, like the knowledge of because even like Supergirl comes a little cameo at the end, and he's like, yeah, she likes to hang out on this other planet with the red sun so she can party and get drunk, right? So I mean, they acknowledge that, but what I really want to see is that shit. Like, does it have to be another 100% on Earth? Oh God, here's the thing. Yeah, Lex Luthor's a bad guy. Get the fucking super suit. Like, why can't we go there? Why can't we go there? Everybody knows Lex Luthor is a bad dude. You don't have to. Everyone knows Superman doesn't know where he comes from. So then he had this identity crisis. I mean, I'm not trying to spoil the thing, but
I think it's interesting. I will
the
say,
parents' message is like, "Oh, but I thought I was supposed to be here for good," and it's like that's the plot point, man. Come on, guys, let's get
by the
out
way,
there.
Yeah, Doc, they actually got rid of that. The whole get a harem of sex slaves thing. They actually apparently when I've heard stories that they actually recut the movie to remove that bit of dialogue because it was just.
That was in the whatever I watched.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I find it interesting though that like Doc, they cut out Superman's origin story for the exact same reason that you say. It's like everyone knows it. We've heard it a million times. Let's just get to the thing. And so it's interesting that you have the same opinion on the Lex Luthor side. I have found it interesting.
I mean, everyone knows he's a bad guy, but he's not known for like multi-dimensional crap. Like whatever, man. Battle Superman. Get the fucking power suit out. Like, let's go. Let's have a real one, right? Let's go up into space. Let's go do something.
They've already announced they're going to do a second one, and it's going to be Superman Man of Tomorrow. And all the images that they've showed have been comic book images, but it's Superman standing next to Lex Luthor in the battle suit.
Good. Okay, good. They got to, man. I hope
with
so.
With Brainiac.
That's cool. I hope so. I really hope so. I haven't
seen anything with Brainiac.
You know what I would have loved though? When I grew up, I had a couple I don't know that they were comics, but they were like storybooks, like DC storybooks and stuff like that. And it's great that, you know, I like that they had his little helper robots and stuff like that in the Fortress of Solitude and all that stuff. But when I grew up, the picture of the Fortress of Solitude for me was a mountainside in like the Andes, and he has a giant key that only he can lift to turn. And then you go inside, there's like a, you know, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex and all this kind of stuff, like his little like trophies and stuff like that. That's the Fortress of Solitude for me. Almost the kind of, I guess, yeah. And so it's like, that's what I always grew up with. The crystal thing looks cool. And I know that they adopted that and adapted that in the comics or whatever later on. But that's to me, that's Superman. It's like cheesy, corny, but still cool. And that's what I want to see more of that, right? But it was all right. I mean, like, I like the guy playing Clark Kent. I like Lois. She was good.
Mhm.
And the guy that plays Jimmy Olsen, I'm a big fan of him because he was also in oh gosh, what's the HBO series that just the one about the the evangelist? It's so funny. God, it's so good. He had a role in that. Righteous Gemstones. That's a really great show. But yeah, it was cool. I hope that they turn it up a notch and we actually get into like goofy comic book stuff. I want to see like cheesy 70s, 80s DC comic book goofiness. That's what I want. Like, be not afraid to make that shit, and I will watch anything, because that's, to me, I don't know, man. That's the real spirit. When I think of DC Comics, I just think of the stuff that I had from when I was a kid, and it was kind of goofy and squirrely, you know.
Well, that's the thing,
Yeah.
man. Like, it's not. And the thing that I always come back to, whether it's a show or a comic or a story, like, I think there's a misconception, and fully, you know, it could be just me and maybe our age or whatever, but like when people think about the 60s or 70s or maybe even early 80s for some of that stuff, it's more based on nostalgia. In my opinion, when you think about like the 80s and the 90s in terms of content, it's, yeah, there's a little bit of nostalgia, but it's not about the nostalgia. It's about the quality level.
Yeah.
The writing there were so many shows and so many movies and so many comics and so many games. There were so many things that were written well and created well across all of culture, like that it's like a never-ending wellspring of creativity.
You know
what
why?
I mean?
I think part of it is because back then, if you wanted to write about future tech, it was still very much the future.
Right.
And now, if you write about future tech, it's still very much based on what we know now. And I guess the same applies then, but I think that it allowed writers to be more fanciful, right? With the way that they like created these worlds and things like that, because it was just the tail end of the analog world beginning into digital. It wasn't as campy as, like, let's say 50s, 60s sci-fi stuff. It was a little more advanced, but, you know, I think it just gives you like a wider breadth of like imagination to work with, rather than having to have like to really get like you could talk about quantum particles and blah blah blah. That's all cool and great. You know, I just think that the science fiction was more rooted in fiction than it was science, which I love hard science fiction, don't get me wrong. But there's something to that, a little bit of kind of innocence, imagination, galactic kind of stuff. That's the shit that I really want. And it doesn't all have to be like kick-ass, you know, kind of stuff. It can be just awesome, cool, fun, pew-pew, like grossly exaggerated, you know, like there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's what superhero movies actually need. And, you know, I mean, I guess God, my brain on titles today. So the Guardian stuff was silly and fun to a degree like that, you know, but it wasn't innocent, goofy. And I want innocent, goofy, silly fun, but on like the massive scale kind of thing, you know? That's just me.
Yeah.
That's why animation stuff is always, because they can do that. And you know, it's easier.
That's why, I mean, you know, shameless plug. That's why I love what we're doing with all the show stuff.
Of course.
It's the
Oh,
same
shame.
thing. It's like looks serious, and it could be put. You can always have a serious show, but at the same time, there's a freedom. There's a really is. At least I felt it like a freedom to kind of push it and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know like return to it. You know, to that style of the 80s 90s where it's like campy but at the same time kind of serious, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was cool. But is Hal Jordan really that much of a egotistical dick? Is they
That's not.
portrayed
That
him?
wasn't Hal Jordan. That was
Oh,
That's Guy Gardner.
Guy
Guy
Guy.
Gardner.
Yeah. Was he
And
really
the
like
answer to
that in the
your
comics?
The answer to your
No,
question
Guy-
is yes.
Yes, Guy
Okay.
is an absolute dick and
Okay.
a pig.
All right.
He's
The Mr. Fantastic or Mr. Terrific guy, though, he was like, I don't know, man. He was like one shade from the Soul Brothers on Airplane. Jack talking. Like he was very much like, yo, bubba da bubba ba, and he was cool. I liked him in the film, but it was just like you're almost there. It was cool, man. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he
cool.
nailed
See, I
it.
never read a lot of that during that time, so I just didn't know if he was a total dick like that. But and that's that. I guess that's saying they did really stick with the real thing because I'm an audience who didn't read DC, and I left me going, was that really guy? Because everything that probably anyone ever knows of Green Lantern is like willpower and justice. Not like I'm a dick with a bad haircut.
No, yeah.
They nailed
Guy,
the look.
He's a prick.
Guy's a dick.
That's
the
what
reason
was so good about his character. Like there were so many good guys who were like, I'm a good guy, and they're like just the best people on earth, and then he's like a super prick. And
That's
you're
cool.
like, it made him different. You made him memorable.
yeah, he's the kind of character. He's the kind of character that would get into a fight with another hero and get into a slugfest with him, and then realize at the end, oh crap, I forgot I have my ring on.
Right.
Because he loves to fight. He loves to mess with people.
See, I don't know
loves
enough
to
about the
screw with them.
character.
Yeah.
Oh
I didn't
God.
like the hot girl, like, haha, I can kill you moment.
Yeah.
I don't
is
have the same morals in the film. For those who haven't seen it, sorry, but senseless death sort of thing.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
in the 1980s late 80s, early 90s version of Justice League, the Keith Giffen years, the first issue's got a very famous moment where Guy gets in Batman's face and takes off his ring, and Batman lays him out.
One punch.
That's
One
cool.
punch.
I'm down
One
with
punch. One
Yeah,
punch.
that was good. I remember that.
And then who is it? Mockingbird comes in and goes, what happened to Guy? He's like, Batman hit him. She's like, Batman hit him?
Wasn't
One
that the
punch?
Mark
And I-
McGuire stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin McGuire.
Kevin McGuire. Thank you. Mark McGuire's a baseball player.
Maguire, jeez.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
went with it.
Yeah, it's like Batman knocked out Guy and I missed it. Oh God, I'm so
Yeah,
depressed.
that's right. I missed it. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Batman
it
just
was cool, though.
it's a huge famous issue now because of that.
Yeah.
That he just laid him out.
Yeah.
And then look how memorable it is. Like we remember the
Yeah.
scene, you know?
Yeah,
That's cool. You know what? I do actually like the Superman Returns movie with Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah,
and,
me
and
too.
Parker Posey. Like that had a good all around feel to it. Like that was a good flick.
It was actually Kevin Spacey, actually.
Huh?
Not Gene Hackman.
Or Kevin Spacey. Yeah, sorry, I said Gene Hackman. Yeah, that's Superman, whatever. Yeah.
Although Gene
Kevin
Hackman in
Spacey.
anything is good, so
Well, sure.
Maybe
That's-
you know what? The problem with that movie is I found the story boring. Everybody did a great job of playing the characters. That
Yeah.
was a good. That guy played Superman well.
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
found the story boring.
The guy that
The
played
baby mama story.
Superman played a great Christopher Reeve.
mm.
Because
Yes.
that's what they were going for.
Oh,
they were
right.
trying
Yes.
to make him into Christopher, and he did
Yes,
a really
yes,
good job.
because it was
Yeah.
a continuation. It was
Yeah.
this was after Superman 2, 3, 4 didn't happen,
Yeah.
and I was totally cool with that. I'm still cool with that. It's just overall, I think the movie was boring.
Yeah, but the storyline was Lex Luthor
Brandon
wants
Ruth.
land. He wants
Yeah.
land,
Right.
which is
That was pretty much the story of the new one too, honestly. Brandon Routh, yeah. And he even got to do a cameo when they did the Crisis thing too. MK, I believe they had Was it him or they had Smallville guy? They brought all of them in for like
Well,
those kind of
he played the Atom in
Yeah,
Legends
yeah.
of Tomorrow, so
right. No, but oh yeah, that's right. That's right. But then they had him swap and he did like a Superman cameo on the Crisis thing as well.
oh, he did. Okay,
Yeah.
I never got around to watching it.
That
I
was
know
cool,
it
man.
exists,
I mean,
so.
I watched it and I didn't watch any of the rest of any of that, but it was like I watched that whole story arc and it was pretty good.
Yeah, those shows all fell apart. About all those CW shows, I do like the guy who plays Constantine.
Oh, dude, that's the biggest mistake they ever made. That was such a good show.
If they made a Constantine TV show with that guy in it on HBO, so they didn't have to be kind of milquetoast about what a prick Constantine actually is.
Matt Ryan, yeah, but I think they did
he
a
would be
good
great.
job, dude, because they were doing occult stuff. They were drawing, he was drawing occult magic and stuff. I mean, like
that's
pretty good.
Yeah, that Constantine show, that was close to the comics. And it sucks that they had to cancel it and they basically watered down the character for like Legends of Tomorrow. I mean, Matt Ryan is like perfectly cast for that role.
Yeah. He looks the part, man. He can act the part. It's just what I saw of him was in the CW show they added him to.
You know what?
And then in the Sandman, they had to do Joanna Constantine, right?
Oh.
Yeah. It's like he wasn't quite enough of a prick and foul mouth.
Well, actually, no.
And that's because of
there's actually a reason for that, and it's not what you think. It was a rights issue. They couldn't. They wanted to get Matt Ryan to do it, but for whatever reason he couldn't. So they decided to switch it around.
Oh
It wasn't a gender swap for its own sake. There were actual.
No, I know, and I know that's a real character, but I'm sure that they wanted actual.
Yeah.
Anyway, also Sandman season 2 really good. I liked it as well. But man, that Constantine show, that was so good. I freaking loved that show.
Yeah, the problem is, I'm kind of pissed at this that they had to cut the Sandman short because of Neil Gaiman's colorful personal life, to put it mildly.
Yeah,
well, they claimed they claimed they always intended it to only be 2 seasons. So
yeah.
But the other
I
half
don't
of
buy
the
that
second season's still coming.
And if you believe that, I've got a big nice patch of prime Florida swampland to sell you.
Well, the other,
they covered a lot of storylines, though.
I just remembered another CW show that we really enjoyed. We never watched Arrow or Flash on a regular basis, but we did watch Supergirl, and we did watch Stargirl. Stargirl was great at the beginning. I don't think we ever finished it, but it was really good at the beginning.
I liked the Swamp Thing show. I thought that was.
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
that started out good. I watched a couple episodes. I'll tell you a good show, and this has got a Sandman connection. So I can't think of the character's name. She's the librarian in Dream's Castle, whatever.
Yeah.
She's Faye, right? She is in a show with one of the oh my god, dude, my brain on names right now. Who are all the Skarsgård brothers? Whatever they're Skarsgård, right?
Yeah.
Called
Right.
Murderbot. It's Apple TV? I don't know. We pirate everything.
it's
That
Apple
show
TV.
is fucking hilarious. It
Yeah,
is so good.
That's
Avery,
not my-
wasn't that Swamp Thing show part of the DC Unlimited
HBO
or whatever?
stuff.
No, it was
Yeah.
before. It was before HBO. It was remember when DC had its own streaming service, and it didn't last very long. It got merged in with HBO Max,
Okay.
but it was on. It was like DC Unlimited or something. It was
I don't remember.
comics, it was animated stuff, and it was the CW shows. But Swamp Thing, if I remember correctly, was like one of their premiere shows, and the whole streaming
really-
service failed.
Yeah.
Really quick. MK says, because I gotta catch up here. MK says it was a coup when they got him. Same with Tom Ellis as Lucifer. They worked it hard to get them all in CW regardless of contract, and they said the 100. Stargirl fell off, and then Murderbot is a great book series.
It's such a good show. Oh my god, my wife and I absolutely loved it.
Stargirl's a show your kids would like, Todd.
Is it? I'm
Yeah.
always looking for good stuff for the kids. Sometimes I wonder about your recommendations, Drew, but
Hey, you went and saw K-pop Demon Hunter in the theater, didn't you?
Oh, bro,
I did. The
I've
kids
watched
love.
it
They're
many
so
times.
into K-pop.
By the way, Mike says they never had posters for that.
they
It was
made
it was a
posters for it.
special. They never had them at the theater.
Okay.
He said it was a special event, and they never got the posters. It was like one of those things where they didn't know they were getting it till they got it.
Yeah, I
there
saw
was-
them on eBay. I was like, oh, I wonder. I'm sure it'd be cheap. No, man,
Yep.
they're selling them for like
His theater
100
never got them.
They're selling them now for like 160 to $200. I'm like, I'm not buying that crap.
Yeah.
If I could get it for the kids, great. But my kids would be satisfied with a printout of the computer too. So, but they're still hardcore, and the K-pop Demon Hunter is like the thing right now. So,
Oh man, big time. My little soda pop.
See?
I wake up with that shit in my head, like
oh,
every
dude,
day.
Golden. Every day is a different song. Like,
Yeah.
God, I know the album by heart, which is great.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful.
Yeah,
album.
you know what? It's cool because Amelia, she won't let me see it, but she's been trying to practice the dance moves and everything. She wants-
Okay,
which is awesome.
come on, sing it with me. Are you ready for a takedown?
2 words. Well, no, three. Actually, vulgar. 2 words. Pantera's vulgar display of power. It'll clear your. It'll.
Again,
I wake up my daughter with that every now and again with some Pantera in the morning.
that is,
Well,
ironically, and just to be, and I'm not kidding, when the kids make me listen to K-pop Demon Hunter, no joke, I turn on Vulgar Display of Power in the car. I'm like, we're gonna listen to
Yeah.
what?
Right,
Dude.
right.
One of my favorite bands is Demon Hunter. And I went to listen to some of their music last night, and all that was, I had to scroll past all this K-pop Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter, K-pop. It's like, God damn it, where's my band?
You know what?
I think K-pop Demon Hunter. I'm getting more and more convinced that it's like actually satanic, just because the music is so fucking catchy, and like it's an earworm. And like I don't like pop music at all, but the music is very catchy and it sticks in your head.
And
Sticks
the
And
in
they
your
did a
funniest
head.
brilliant
part,
job.
the
And so
funniest
I'm like,
part is
man, this is like devil music.
the funniest part is that's what the movie's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Is
Yeah.
bringing in
Kinda, yeah.
people and stealing
Yeah.
their souls using the
Yeah.
music. So
Speaking
much.
of music, guys, last night my wife and I went to go see OK Go, and it was a fucking awesome show. That
OK
band
Go
is
is awesome, man.
so good, so underrated. And I've never like really listened to them continuously, but every now and then I'll get on a kick. They're new. They have a new video for a song called Love, and it's all with mirrors, and they have like those 6 degree of axis robots, like industrial robots holding mirrors and doing all these practical effects
Oh, cool.
that should be CGI. It's so fucking good. Like I highly recommend watching it. But talk about a great show. They sound exactly like they do on the albums. And then they stopped. They had these confetti cannons going the whole time. And then they stopped a lot. And Damien, the singer, would just like take questions from the audience every now and again, because they'd have to like they did one song where it was all on bells, one of their songs, so they had to do a little bit of set change. But he'd just take questions from the audience. He's really nice. Came out and did one acoustic song like in the middle of the audience, which is really cool, man. And like they're just tight grooves, man. And their bass, their bass tone of the bass player, man, it's just so it's like psychedelic pop music, like everything that they make. It's really, really good. But man, what a cool show. They're doing like
That's awesome. I didn't even know they were honestly. I mean, I didn't even know they were still around as a band.
You gotta watch I wish that we could show it without being deplatformed. The new video, man, it's like I was just like, wow. They do some really technical ones, like the Rube Goldberg one's great. The one where they're driving the car and they have all the things that hit the flappy doodles. That's really cool. But this one's like,
Do you know who has a new album out that shocked me at like actually how good it is? Scorpions.
oh yeah,
They have a new album out. They still tour. Homeboy is like in his 70s, the
Mhm.
lead singer. Because I didn't know this, but because I'm not like a big Scorpions fan. But
Yeah.
their first album was 1975.
Wow, man, that's
So they've
crazy.
been going nonstop. And if you look at their discography, they've been releasing albums. They took like a 10-year break about a
Yeah.
decade ago, but like they've been
Yeah.
making albums pretty
That's cool.
regularly.
You know,
And,
my
like,
wife was a big Scorpions fan because she's from Russia, and they got that's what the Winds of Change song
Yep.
was about. But you know what? During that time, I didn't, it was like the 80s, right? I didn't know what Gorky Park was,
Oh, yeah.
down to Gorky Park. And I always
Yeah.
thought they said down to Donkey Kong. And
Down
I
to
didn't
Donkey
understand
Kong.
why they were singing about Donkey Kong in
Well,
this
because Donkey Kong
song.
is awesome, bro. Come on.
What a great
But, like,
song.
yeah,
though.
their new album is fantastic. Like, I was like, this is really good.
Really?
Like,
I'm gonna put it up on a
it's
tab.
surprisingly good. So I recommend it. If you just want to like put something on and be like, oh, I wonder how this is. Like, yeah, surprisingly good. I mean, I don't know why it should be surprising. Like, if you're a band that's hit it
Yeah.
like that and you just refuse to stop,
Yeah.
like, you're probably fucking killer. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. Something about European rock bands, they have this ability to just keep doing that forever, right? Another
Yeah.
great album that I heard recently is relatively new is the new Propaganda album. And bro, is it amazing.
Really,
So
I've heard a
good.
little Propaganda, but I haven't really listened to them.
They've evolved, man. Like they had like it's like punks, it's like more like a little bit of punk ska stuff at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leaning on the punk. But
Mhm.
now it's like the whole album's about like, hey, now we're old. What do I do? What was I fighting for? What was I singing about? Like, how do I deal with being old and still being like a radical, thinker? Like, it's very, apropos. Is to
It's
like,
so, I will tell you, it's so. I had this thought the other day, like last week, I was watching the car, and like, I'm a big Mastodon fan, and like, I don't know why. I was like, you know what? I wonder what Pitchfork, because I used to read Pitchfork back in the day for like reviews and stuff,
yeah,
like when they first came out. I was like, I wonder what Pitchfork says about some of the Mastodon albums, and like the last, so the last album that came out. Really the last 2 or 3 have been phenomenal. They're all really good. Like they're one of my favorite bands, so it's hard for me to they don't have a bad album. But like the very last album, they've gone through like they're at the age now, they're in their 50s, right?
Mhm.
And so that was the last album in their 40s. They're all like 49, something like that. And like they're dealing with like elderly parents and cancers and
right,
right. Like the stuff that we're going through, right?
yeah.
And it's in the music, and like their tour manager passed away, so like they're dealing with all this stuff, and so it's a different kind of album, but it's fucking phenomenal. And
I'll listen to it, man.
It's one of those things like
listen to
it's not even
Propaganda
in the lyrics. Have you ever listened to an album that's like, it's not like they have to say, oh, death, blah, but you just hear it and you know they're going through something, and it almost makes it hard to listen to.
Yeah.
Not because it's bad, but just the opposite. It's so good, and you can just sense that they're going.
Yeah, you feel
something.
for them, right? It's like
party. Even if you don't know, you just know that person's going through something.
Yeah,
and it's translating through the music, and it just hits you, and you start tearing up because it's like tapping in.
Yeah,
like the whole album is like that, and I'm like,
that's good.
And it's I love it. But it's a very hard album to listen to. Again, the point is I was reading the reviews from like the 20-year-olds, and they're like, this isn't metal, and I'm like, no, you don't get it, bro. Like it's not hitting for them because they're not in their fucking late 40s, and they haven't been listening to the band every fucking year for 20 years or whatever. 25 years. Like they just don't get it. And I'm like, wow, like it really made it apparent. I was like, there really is something to be said for like listening through the discography as they come out and living your life as the band has lived their lives, where you're like, I know what you're going through because I'm getting there too, buddy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I know what you're saying. I feel it through the music, man.
Definitely, dude. I'm gonna send you the link to that Propaganda album, and I'll listen to I'll listen to the Mastodon album. They're like kind of the lead song. It's called At Peace. Well, that's the name of the album too. And man, it's like, it's badass. But let me just, and I won't play the song. I just want to show you really quick some of the this new OK Go. I don't want to get us like deplatformed or whatever the hell. Just want to show you like
cool online. They'll fucking
yeah. But I want to just show you like if you like the technical need to program these freaking robots to be able to do what they do is just like it's crazy, right? So just they've got all of these robots.
Oh, it's all programmed. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's insane. And what they do with the practical effects in some of this, it'd be something that you'd normally see as like, some After Effect, sort of like CG thing. And of course, it's all in one take. See if I can just bump it up just a little bit because I don't.
See,
wanna
they got so smart. Like when they had that hit video with the treadmills.
Yeah.
Like everything now is like they're so good at like just planning every little.
Oh yeah. I don't know, whoever they're like
choreography.
Artistic directors and stuff, like, and it gets like it just gets really nutty, man. I mean, there's some parts in here, and I guess they'll just kind of, they get to like this is all practical, right? They're making kaleidoscopes and things like that. It's so cool. I don't want to ruin the whole video, but
yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
You should. It's really
how many
good.
views did it get already?
Oh, I'm sure it's got a lot. 7.5 million views.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great show though, man. It's just one of those where I just didn't realize how much I really actually really really liked the band and the music till I knew, but the show made it all that much better.
Yeah, I've been getting a little bit into the Melvins again, so.
Oh yeah, man. Houdini's such a good album, bro.
Yeah.
That one's just like, that one was a big part of my life when I was around 15 or 16, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's so heavy, and it's just front to back, dude. The whole album's just like,
Yeah, it's masterful stuff.
Yeah, it is. It for sure is. I was even watching some recent them playing live somewhere here recently.
Yeah, dude,
like,
they're still touring.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, they're still touring. But this was like it was like almost looked like a backyard barbecue. It was really weird, whatever the setting was. I think it was like almost like a private event. And they was just like, and the Melvins.
Oh yeah, I did see that. It was like in Norway or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. They had like 10 people there, but they were like
yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking
playing
awesome,
out on the grass or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, man.
Anyone that's still doing it, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Or starting to do it, whatever.
Either way.
Andrew, have you gotten any comics this week?
I got lots of comics.
Well, do tell.
When you gonna get a Whatnot, dude? That's where the action's at, bro.
Break him out, man. Break him out.
No,
You'd be
you gotta
so
come to
good
my
on that,
store to
Andrew,
see all my
on
new
Whatnot.
comics.
He would be good on Whatnot.
You'd be really good, man, because your knowledge and to be able to, you got to check that out. Like, I can see you doing that and making some money.
Oh, so Doc
Mhm.
in our text messages mentioned Whatnot.
Yeah.
And I wanted to tell you guys a story. So down from me is a video game store. And the guy that works there, that owns the place, that runs the place, goes to storage unit sales, auctions.
Mhm.
And I've actually gone to a couple, and I've met him there. And I never actually won one, but he was there, and he goes pretty regularly. And every now and then he'll come in and he'll tell me about one that he got. He got one recently that had a bunch of video games in it and a whole bunch of comics. So, and that's great. One time I checked out, he was the one that showed me that bin of comics where it smelled like mildew. And I was like,
Yes.
no, I'm not interested. Even if there's anything good in there, the whole thing smells bad. And he'll come in and he'll tell me, oh, I got comics. And he goes on Whatnot. And he'll put up, 50 at a time and sell them. And he sells them. And he doesn't have a freaking clue what he's got. He just sells them to people.
Right.
And yeah, so you on Whatnot, you're not necessarily dealing with somebody who has knowledge of what it is. They're just throwing crap up.
Well, yeah, the guy that I was watching did. Like, he was saying, like, oh, this is the first appearance of whatever. Some of the art, this is the storyline. Like, he was doing blind grab bags. So it would be like 5 issues, and then certain bags had like a key issue, right? So you had like a chart. It was like 1 through 100. He had 100 bags, and and then he'd open them up and then show you what was in there and be like, "That's for you." And then he'd show the proof that he put your name on there, and then you got a bonus, which was like for a slabbed comic, and then they would roll something and someone would win a slab or whatever. It was cool, but he knew what he was talking about, man. And I mean, if you want to get rid of like some backstock and stuff like that, you could go on there and just seriously, like I was joking, but like you could dazzle these people with your knowledge, and I bet you they would buy all sorts of crap from you, man.
Well,
It was cool. I wish I had more shit to more money to go buy action figures and stuff like that and sell lots of action figures. I'd do it all day.
Well, I sell all my back stock in my store, so.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, you already stream. It's just like, I thought you'd be good at it.
Trying to convince Andrew to do anything, Doc, is.
I know.
in my mind, doing an online store is a whole nother job, and right now I've got 3,
that's true.
and I don't need any more. And
fair enough.
If I had more time to do, and I'll be honest with you, there have been days where I'm like, screw this store. Let me just go online, sell everything online. But I don't want to do that. I really would hate the idea of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've looked into setting up an eBay store and putting some stuff up for sale. And part of me just doesn't want to do that. I'd rather.
Well, the fun for you,
this is interactive though. This is interactive. You can see where they're chatting at you. You can talk to them, and like that's.
But Doc, the deal is that you have to understand. For Andrew, though, it's like it's a business, but it's also like the store is the point.
No, I get it. When I watched it, I just thought Drew would be so good at this. That's all.
You're right. You're totally right. He would be.
Let me put it another way, and Avery will probably agree with me on this. There was a time when I was doing sketches and putting them on eBay and selling them on eBay, and there were some that I made some really good money on. Whip out a sketch and sell it for $50 or $20. But you get to a point where it's so soul sucking to put effort into something that either doesn't sell or sells for pennies, and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Because yes, you can make money off of it, but it kills you a little bit inside.
Yeah.
And I think if I had to go online and sell my stuff online, part of me would die.
Yeah. But you know what? That did also AF related. I thought about how cool would it be to do a bit for like the show series where it's just like you're watching Hyper Brooklyn's version of the Home Shopping Network. Like what kind of shit? What kind of Ginsu knives do they sell? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun.
I have one of my all-time favorite books. This is super nerdy. I can't remember the fucking title, but I always find it online. Basically, it was it wasn't even supposed to be a marketing book. It was basically these guys. It was these researchers, and what they did was they bought stuff. They bought items at garage sales, like super cheap, like a porcelain, a small porcelain bird pepper shaker, right? Mm-hmm. Like super random, super tchotchke, 25 cents, 5 cents, under $1. Like the point was dirt cheap. Mm-hmm. And then what they did was they hired writers to write fictional stories about the history of the item. Mm-hmm. And then post it on eBay with the story, with the backstory to see if story sells, right? This was like just early stuff. And they ended up taking some of these items that were like super cheap, like 25 cent, $1 items, and selling them for hundreds, purely based on the story.
Seen this in practice now.
And they ended up making it into a book. And I love that. Because it's one of my all-time favorite books. But to your point, like I could absolutely see like doing that for a Hyper Brooklyn you know what I mean? Like just get a whole bunch of junk and like write some really good stories. And do a whatnot or post it and like,
Oh, like a real what? Oh, that would be fun. But I just meant like for the AI show, like having a bit.
Oh, I see.
Like,
that'd be. I got you. Yeah, that'd be
cool. Through the channels, the knob on the TV. You get to like the late night shit, and then it's like you know, it's like Crazy Al's fucking, you know, weird emporium. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be a lot of fun. I've seen this repurposed though. Now this will be, I'll let Drew go after this. I'm sorry, but I've seen where people have taken viral clips. Like there's one where a guy takes a bunch of colored pencils and then they put epoxy on it. They make a bowl, right? It's like, wow, a bowl. But I've seen these be repurposed with a AI narration voiceover, right? Where they talk about how a poor Vietnam, you know, whatever, wanted to make something nice for their grandmother who was dying, and all they could afford were these colored pencils, and they worked so hard to make this bowl. It is all bullshit, right? But you wind up spending more time on the video because it's the satisfying type videos, right? Oh, we're gonna put something on the, you know, we're gonna machine some metal or whatever, and then they added this extra attention span hook of some cheesy ass story. That's not true, of course. But I wound up watching all the way through just because I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And I'd seen this bowl thing like 10 million times because I watched the shit out of some power washing.
Oh yeah, those are fun videos.
Yeah, I got to power wash my mom's porch the other day. Felt good.
Dude, it's remarkably fun watching like some dude, like it's almost like weird ASMR when they're like the guys that like, you know, clean off all the dirt and the grass that's grown over like a concrete sidewalk.
Yeah. But you know, Amelia will be watching something and Amelia will be like, that's very satisfying. I'm like, what have you been watching and where? like you're not supposed to be watching that shit. Like, even though it's cool, like I prefer your brain not to rot until you're at least 18.
Yes. Oh, I know, dude.
Very satisfying, Dad. It's like,
I'm dealing with that shit right now. They you know, the kids just went back to school, and my oldest is in 3rd grade, and they've started using Chromebooks for everything. So the school gives them Chromebooks.
So just like unfettered access?
Textbooks.
Oh, great.
Huh?
Just
Yeah,
unfettered
it's got
access?
internet access. I'm like, and it would be one thing if like they were also doing their testing on the Chromebook, because then
Yeah.
it would make sense. No. They just come home with a stack of paper and the fucking Chromebook. And I'm like,
Dude, these
fuck
schools,
this. Like, I don't
bro,
want
they're
this
so
shit.
fucked up, man. It's so ridiculous.
I don't want my kids, like, you know what I mean?
Wasn't
Like,
that
they're
a-
getting them addicted to computers.
Wasn't that a holdover from the COVID days where they all had to work on computers because they needed?
I don't know.
to be
Google
able to
probably gives
Zoom
them grants.
classes and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they
Yeah,
get grants. They get
Yeah.
subsidized and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in exchange, Google gets to suck all the information about my daughters.
Right.
Fucking assholes.
What
You
you
know, I don't
bagging,
get any
Drew?
say in that shit. Ain't that amazing?
What's that?
What you bagging?
Some Daredevil comics.
Ooh.
I got several collections in the last 2 weeks, and I'm still going through them.
You got wait more? You got even more collections?
My mother-in-law going into the hospital messed me up huge when it came to keeping everything ahead of me. Yeah, I got like 3 large collections. One was 6 boxes, one was 4 boxes, another 6 boxes. And I just now touched one of the 4-box ones, and I still have the 6-box one left. Because I started with all the small collections first. And yeah, I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes behind me I haven't even opened up yet.
It's more than my entire collection.
Yeah, well,
MK says, how else can they reach her in 10 more years to ask her about her car insurance? People gotta eat, bro.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. God. I'm sure she'll get ads on her 16th birthday. Be like, here you go. Fuck. It drives me nuts. It's just, I mean, MK, you know this, man. Like, and like, it drives me nuts that, I mean, and granted, maybe it's because I worked in tech, maybe it's because I study this stuff. I don't know. But like, normal, average, everyday people have no fucking clue what is actually being done to them, their computer systems, their histories, their networks. Like, they think they're just getting like browser history tracking or something, when really it's like it's just everything is getting sucked up. like, and their node, like their entire social graph node charts, like they know Facebook knows your cousin, they know your ancestry, they know your data, they know your DNA. They buy the DNA companies so they can match it to your profile. Like
Mhm.
there's so much.
Dude, I can look at something on my computer, and then the next time I'm on Facebook, let's on my phone, I'm seeing ads for it already. Or
Yeah,
my
yeah.
wife is, and she wasn't even looking for any of that shit.
Yeah. MK says, whatever happened to the good old days of Gillette stalking me to provide me a razor on my 18th birthday? Yeah, for real. God, at least that was like normal advertising.
Yeah.
This
And
is
then I
like,
have to tell Amelia that, hey, YouTube's bad, right? Like we go, and you can't say YouTube's bad because she doesn't understand why it's bad. She doesn't understand how these videos are made to keep her on there and like how
yeah,
nefarious it is and whatever. She just
yeah,
thinks she's watching people play with like her favorite IP or whatever, right? Sometimes
yep,
the ads on YouTube Kids, right? They'll have ads that are like a half hour long for a
yeah,
product, right?
yeah.
And that looks like the same shit that they were just watching. The kids can't tell the difference, and they do it like that because they know parents are putting their kids down in front of the thing so they can, go
Have a
do whatever
moment.
they got to do,
I
right?
know, I
So
know, I'm to blame for that too. It's true. Like, yeah, it's hard,
so
man.
bad. It's hard, man.
It's really difficult. And you can't have them watch anything. Like we have our kids do YouTube Kids because YouTube Kids, as much as I dislike YouTube for children,
Mhm.
like it's safer than anything else, like
It's
on
safer,
Roku
but
and
still
stuff.
filled with garbage.
Well, the problem is like all these, like if you use Roku or anything else, like the episodes are fine, whatever, but there's no like they don't like analyze the commercials.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
like these companies will either miss target, they don't know what the fuck they're doing with advertising. They'll either miss
Right.
target or won't care, and they're just doing blanket advertising. So
Mhm.
like there was like what was it like a month or two ago? Like I go up there, the kids are coming down, they're crying. I'm like, what happened? They were watching like some basic YouTube like
Yeah.
kids station on the Roku, like
Mhm.
Minecraft, because they just
Mhm.
watch like Minecraft gameplay stuff or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And all of a sudden, a commercial comes on for like some hardcore horror movie for adults,
Oh,
and it
right.
scared the living hell out of them.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
fuck you. It's a
yeah.
kids channel. Like, why are the ads available? Why are there ads targeting my kids on a kids channel for a horror movie that you have to be 18
Yeah,
or up to see when the
right.
channel is clearly targeted to like K through third grade or whatever?
Thing I really don't like about YouTube Kids is, I would think what I would want is, hey, I could find some like documentaries or science something that's aimed for like kids,
Yeah,
and it's extremely hard to do. They don't prioritize any of that stuff, and what you do find is usually garbage as well.
right.
Except for there's this like National Geographic's kids show called Strange but True that's pretty good. But there's only like 26 episodes, but you can't find any stuff that's like actually educational. They just prioritize all of, like you said, Minecraft, or it'll be like adults play acting with toys, like Bluey toys, and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
making
yeah. All that
stories and
stuff.
shit like that.
Yeah, the
And
blind
then the
box
ones,
opening.
or then it's like the A for Aubrey or whatever, where it's like fake families playing together and doing stuff that regular families could never afford to do. Like, sorry, I can't have 5 bouncy castles in my backyard. Or sorry,
Right,
I can't have like 1,000 round drum, Nerf guns. And
right.
real families don't like just spend all day playing this stuff because we have to work and
Well,
slave
they
away
do.
to
You're just
feed
a
your grubby
terrible
little
parent.
mouths, huh?
They do.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah,
a
yeah.
terrible parent.
So then Amelia's like, well, why can't we, whatever? We have to be like, because that's not real. She's like, they're real people though.
Right,
But that's
right.
like that's a real problem, man. I
I mean,
mean,
it's like, how do
it
you argue
shows
against that?
it shows like, and it all started with that whatever that little twerp is that opens toys that has got like a multi-million-dollar
Oh
line,
yeah,
little Filipino kid, whatever his
yeah,
name is, right? All that
yeah.
stuff started with that, and it's horrible programming.
I
Horrible.
know. It's ridiculous. I don't know, man. I it's really hard to be a parent like right now. It's
Yep.
very difficult. They really want to take everything.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
they really do.
Avery says, "Gotta go."
Oh, is it 10? It's 10.
It's after 10.
Should we wrap it?
Go ahead, wrap it.
We should wrap it. Anyway,
Wrap it
happy
and be
Friday,
safe.
guys. Love you guys. It was a good Friday night. We did pretty good, I think. And yeah. And anyway, I hope you guys have a good weekend. MK, thank you so much, sir, as always. And yeah, have a good weekend. Try to get some sleep. Try to relax this weekend. Don't turn off the fucking internet. Just stay away from social media for a couple days. But anyway, love you guys. Peace out. God bless. And we'll see you